Hello, Andrew here from Making Music, and I'm in the home studio today to talk to you about Captain plugins. Probably kind of more to show you really. Now, if you've been watching any YouTube videos about making music, you're bound to have seen a Captain plugins advert. We thought we'd get hold of a copy and see what it's all about. Now, if you've watched one of our videos or read content on Making-Music.com before, you'll know that Gareth's the real musical expert, but I'm handling this one because I don't have the depth of musical theory knowledge that Gareth has, and a lot of the reviews I've seen for the Captain plugins system, I think it's more than just a little bit of software or a little plugin. A lot of the reviews I've seen focus very much on how clever a lot of it is, and a lot of the quite in-depth musical side of things. So, seeing as that's already covered, I thought I would just go ahead and try and put a song together with my limited musical ability. So I'm not going to be deep diving in this video, but if you are fairly new to making music on a computer, then you might find this more enlightening than one of the very in-depth reviews. Of course, once you've watched this, you'll then want to watch a really in-depth review that somebody else has made. So anyway, enough of my jibber jabber. Let's get started. So here we are in Ableton. Got a completely new live set. I'm just going to load up another new one. So there's nothing in any of the channels. There's nothing anywhere, essentially. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to start off by dropping all the Captain plugins in. Now I'm going to start with Captain Chords, and I'm just going to bung that in the middle there. Right, or to just explain, I'm working on two screens here, but I wanted to keep the video nice and simple to watch, so occasionally I might fling things off screen. Okay, so I'm going to start off, again, going to do this with no musical theory chit-chat at all, so I'm just going to choose a random key, F minor. Well, how about that? Right. Sling that over there for a minute. Now let's go for, I don't know, let's drop in Captain Beats. I'm kind of doing this as noob as possible. Oh, there's Captain Beats. Right, so what's next? Captain Deep. Right, now this is where things start to get quite clever. I'm going to connect this part of the system to Captain Chords. Right, I'm going to sling that over there, so that's that. Melody. Okay, so look again, this is a slight kind of, they'll connect in a slightly different way, but you do have to connect it. This is how all the plugins talk to each other. It's also why I started with the Chords one. If you've skipped to this point, I'll remind you this is not an in-depth tutorial. I'm literally slinging through it as a total noob. I've got to be honest, I don't know what that bit is. Right, so let's make a start. I'm just going to save this. Save live settings. Oh no, you get to see my horrible messy thing. Right, tutorials. There you go, that'll do. Right, so let's start off with Captain Chords. So I'm just going to bring that back into the screen. Now what we have here is, there's our F minor, which we chose earlier. Now choose a chord progression. Go on, just point at the screen anywhere. I'm going to grab that one. To be honest, don't really know what some of that does. But now the rhythm, I'm going to leave that as is. Right, so as you see, we've already got something here. I mean, it's put something in. Just going to press play on my push to see what that sounds like. Now I'll warn you, if I press play now, it's likely to have built the whole song. So what we'll do is we'll pick it apart, okay? Now what is this going to sound like? Let's just leave the sounds as they are. Here we go, I'm going to press play. Nothing's happening. Interesting. Sorry, the lack of professionalism here, but I'm going to have to just check my... Oh, look at that. This is because I'm using a screen capture software, which is, it turns out, is switched off. Oh, there we go. What the gravy is that? Right, as you see, there's a whole song there. What is that? Let's muck about with it, shall we? Come on. So, I don't know. Let's add another chord. Again, I'm just completely... Okay, thank you. Wonderful. Let's add another one. I'm just clicking... Ooh, that's unpleasant. Right, now this kind of sound presets, what we're doing with Captain Chords is we're actually building the MIDI. We're not actually really building a song. Although, as you hear, when I press play, you do kind of get a song. Let's have another quick blast of that and see how it's changed. That's weird, but yeah, gotta leave it. Or shall I change it? Right, split. I don't really know what's going on. See, this is where kind of, if you have musical knowledge, you go charging all around here and just have a wild time. But I'm just going to use my lack of musical knowledge just to... I don't like that on the end. So what's an inversion? Okay, well, I'm going to leave it at that for now. So we know what's happened there. I'm just going to... Legato, look at that. Right, so as you can see, like this is pretty much, I've just installed the latest update just a matter of minutes ago, so there's going to be, oh, sorry for that squelchy noise, there's going to be some things here that I haven't seen before either. Right, so there's our chords. Let's have a look at the next bit. Let's have a look at the bass. Sorry, I'm just going to move the bass here because the way my brain works is just, I like to have things in a certain order. Okay, well there's a bass line, which has come about due to the connection, I'm guessing. So let's see what I can do to muck about with it. Third octave, follow the chords. Well, following chords sounds like a good idea to me. Every offbeat. I tell you what, let's adjust some of this and see what it does. So I'm just going to press play again. Now for bass, clearly that's wickedly loud. You see it's moving, it's quite neat actually, I really like that. Let's go back to following chords. Let's change this to on chord change. It's not actually as interesting. Every measure. What is this? That is pretty cool, I've got to say. I'm going to change it to every offbeat though, because that's just sounded a bit neater. Stick with Los Angeles though. Okay, so that's, I've got to say, that's kind of all right. That's fine. Okay, well let's fling that away for a minute and move back to Captain Melody. Now this is, there's nothing in here as you can see. This is kind of, I think this is slightly wild actually. So because we've got all the various parts of the plugin, the various plugins connected, in theory we should be able to generate a melody here quite easy. Let's just press plus, see what it does. Whoa, look at that. Now for the next part, what should we have? Okay, well I did say I was just gonna sling it together, so let's see what happens here. So what's this gonna sound like? I'm gonna press play, and say bear in mind this is, look, if you look, there's nothing in my DAW. There's nothing in Ableton at all yet. This is all entirely within Captain. Okay, so here goes. I'm going to press play again, see what the melody's like, and I'm going to muck around with it so you can hear the changes as they happen. You see it's automatically got the right scale, and it's got, I don't know what Magic Record is. I'll have a look at that later. I think this is just insane that there's a song here, and I've not really done anything other than launch the plugins. Yeah, okay, well let's carry on. Let's see what's next. Okay, bye Captain Melody. Let's go for Captain Beat. So far we've done the chords, we've done the bass, we've done the melody. Now we've got the beat. So let's see what this does. I mean, it looks like a fall to the floor. So just a dun dun dun. Oh look, it says fall to the floor. How's about that, eh? Well, I think I'm just going to press play and muck about with it again. Let's see what it does. So it's just the kick there at the moment. Let's just spin and hip hop. How does it do that? That melody's again when it was techno. Oh look, lovely messages from my friends. Trap. Hey, let's try trap, see what happens. Oh, no. Alright, I'm just chucking stuff out. Look, there's loads of samples from other people. I think, to be honest, let's go for some pop. Well, there you go. We have chords, bass, melody, and a beat. So, as I say, this isn't actually done anything in Ableton yet. You see. So let's do the next step right then. So here's our chords, and what we have to do is do something with them. Right, this little bit. See this? Remember I said that this isn't actually creating the song as such, it's just creating the MIDI. So I'm just going to drag that there and give it a name quickly. So we'll call this melody, on account of it being the melody. And I'm going to do the same for the bass now. So I've got a really itchy nose. Come on, bass, where are you? Where you gone? Right, so let's get our bass down. And you can probably guess what I'm going to do next. The melody. So, melody. And then the beats. Ah, that's interesting. I don't actually know how to transfer the beats. There's not the little... Do you notice on, if we go back to the others, there's a little thing to drop the MIDI. I don't actually know. Well, you're going to watch me learn. How's about that, hey? Captain Beat. Basics control. Export. Master audio channel. Oh, look, MIDI. Master MIDI. There we go. That did not take long, did it? Beats. Let's have a look at this MIDI then. What I'm going to do is a fail, so I'm just going to press play just to see what happens, because I might have to mute all the Captain stuff. Let me do a quick bit tidying up. Look. Let's get rid of these empty channels. Let's be nice and tidy. Okay. So chords. Look, I'm going to press play, see what happens. Ah! Right, let's switch those off. We don't want anything coming from the plugin now. Now we're working purely with the output. So there's the melody, there's the bass. Sorry, there's the bass, there's the melody, there's the beats. Now this is kind of wild because I've not dropped any instruments onto any of these yet. So let's make a start. For the melody, oh, I didn't do the chords, did I? Oh, I'm getting really confused. That's chords, isn't it? I imagine there's a few people swearing at the screen now. And yeah, not the first time I've had that. Okay, for chords, what should we do for chords? I'm trying to think of something fun. Let's see what I've got here. Let's grab a piano. Come on, have a think about it. It's only 1% CPU. Look, we've got plenty of power there. If you're interested, this is a lovely Aston microphone which we reviewed elsewhere on the site. I can't actually remember if it's a Spirit or an Origin. It sounds lovely though. Right then, so here we go. We have Spitfire Audio's astonishingly just wonderful BBC Symphony Orchestra. What a thing this is. Okay, so for chords, I don't think violins are going to do us much good. Strings, brass, woodwinds. I think I'm going to just do a piano. I'm learning this software at the moment, so this will be reviewed. Where's the piano? Sorry about this. I'm just kind of brass playing. Maybe there isn't a piano. Tell you what, I'm going to get rid of this, and I'm just going to grab a piano from somewhere. What are you thinking about? Close, Jim. I'll get a ton of messages on my watch. Right, so let's just see what Ableton can do for us. Right, Ableton, show us the old Joanna. Dirty piano? These don't sound much like pianos, do they? Oh, quite like that. I'm going to do something else. I'm just going to dive out of here. So I'm going to do this as quick as I can. I have the lovely sample tank on here. Philharmonic. Ah. Right, come on. Let's use Philharmonic. Right, I know there's some lovely pianos in here. Let's go for a nice bright grand piano. Incidentally, there is a review of Sample Tank 4 about to explode into your world. So head over to Making-Music.com and subscribe, and I'll let you know, or somebody will let you know when it's new. Okay, so there we go. I always have to crank up the volume a bit for this. So right, so let's see what these chords sound like. I've got to say, that's a pretty... Sample Tank is incredible. It's just... It's one of those things that I still find mind-blowing. Yeah, I'm not going to review it too much here. Oh, just look at that. Okay, so I'm going to keep that fairly dry. That was just me. That noise was just the joy of the joy of Sample Tank and Microslave. Just wow, what a thing. Okay, so bass. What should we use for bass? Gee, I can't resist going back to Spitfire. Oh, let's try something from Spitfire Labs, because that's some great stuff. Spitfire Labs instruments are free, which is, again, wow. Strings. Oh, no, let's go experimental. Locusts? What on earth? Yeah, maybe not locusts. Sub-bass. What do you reckon? Oh man, that's good. Yes, please. Let's have a listen to that. Now the problem here could well be that it's outside of the range covered by this. Right, so C2. Okay, rather than me try and sort of diagnose this, let's just keep things real simple here. So I'm just going to take that off. So rather than me kind of just going on a voyage of discovery here, let's okay, look, messages aren't supposed to be coming through. Right, so again, let's go for just something basic. Yeah, why not? Yeah, that'll do, pig. Right, melody. I kind of know what I want for this, and I've got to go back to this because this is just going to consume my whole life. The Spitfire audio, just it's astonishing. I sometimes think this is the kind of thing that even 20 years ago, if I had known that I'd have access to the BBC Symphony Orchestra and get it to do what I want, I would have them clean my car. No, I wouldn't. It would have blown my mind then as much as it does now. Okay, so I know what I want for this. I'm going to go for percussion and this. Just crow tails. Let's see if that'll work. Again, it's a very... Okay, we appear to have no sound. I think what's happening there, because it's such a high octave, look. So, excuse me a moment. I'm going to break my own rule by changing the octave this is in. So that's currently C4. C sharp. That sounded cooler. We're going to have to go up another octave, I think. That's kind of... I like that. Look, we've got different velocities here as well. So that's all come through from Captain, which again, in terms of making things sound natural, that's just kind of wonderful. Now, let's see what those three together sound like. So bear in mind, we've got nothing beat still. So, hey, let's just see what happens. I've got to say, it's a song. It is a song, you cannot deny that, and it's been incredibly easy to make. Okay, beats. Now, this is going to be interesting, because wherever these values are, I don't know what it's going to match. So let's just bung a... Let's go for a... I'm just going to stick with... Let's stick with a 909, because everybody likes a 909. So what's going to happen? Hi-hat, clap, kick. Look at that! That's got to be fluke. Let's just see what it sounds like. I assume that when you export the MIDI for beats sometimes, it's not going to naturally be... How does it do that? Well, mixed in key, Captain, you've impressed me. That's pretty cool. Right, anyway, this has gone on long enough. So let's just record this in a real quick and dirty kind of way. So what should we start with? I'm not even going to EQ this or anything. Obviously, I said this would be kind of a complete track, but you're not going to sit here and watch me plough through them. So anyway, here we go. What should we call this? Don't know. Let's just start the chords. That end bit's a bit cranky, isn't it? Oh, hovering over the beats. Are you ready? So we're going to kick off any second now. Okay, I launched it in the wrong place, but it works. Right, you ready for the melody? Let's wrap it up. Oh God, can you hear that hammer sound? Spitfire, you wonderful, wonderful people. It's not meant to be a review about Spitfire, that comes another time. Well, there you go. I'm going to save this because I might actually come back to it and do something else with it. But there is a very quick and dirty kind of example of just how insanely easy these Captain plugins are to use. And we have just touched the surface. There is so much. I mean, as I say, I'm not the guy at Making Music who's got the in-depth knowledge. I'm actually more of the editor more than anything else. But you can see that the way these all nicely really connect together, you could just charge around like a maniac and it's going to look after you. I mean, I have composed using this. Now I will plug myself. If you look up Marin Skell, it's one of my kind of musical alter egos, and Marin is spelled, I've got to look because I had to write it down. It's spelled MAWHRIN space Skell, SKEL. If you look at any of my last couple of albums, about half probably maybe a third of the songs were started off in Captain, because it's just a way of chucking stuff at a wall and seeing what sticks. For full disclosure, I do then actually edit and pull stuff around a little bit, but it's such a brilliant starting point. Okay. Anyway, thanks for watching. I'd recommend Captain. I don't know what else to say. If you're a beginner, you'll love it. If you're fully kind of up to date with musical theory, you're probably going to love it as well. There's just so much to play with. Look at that. Look, let's play out, shall we? Let's just have one more blast. Whoa! Okay, I would say that's my interface going loopy. But there we go. Captain. Good work. Right. Until the next time, tutty bye.